Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to September 2021 general reading. So I'm back doing some work on YouTube. We'll see how it goes, if there's energy behind it. One of my colleagues, she is a Sagittarius and she's got Sagittarius Sun Tarot channel, and sometimes we get clearer readings from people who are on our fractal line, so I just thought I would let you know. Okay, so I've been advised to try and keep my readings in 15 minutes, which is really tough for me, but I'm going to try. Your Norman is the house, so there's obviously going to be some sort of theme about home. What's home is a 4, so 4s represent our stability and our security. And it's really clear there's themes around home here. But we're going to find out a little bit more, because I think I've only had to pull two Lenormands for about 2 people. But maybe you're asking questions, maybe there's a need to be home. Maybe there's a need, what is home? Where's home? There has been so much change since COVID, people migrating. Within there's been so much change that I think it's been a big theme for everyone. Where do I put down my roots? What does it mean to me? It can be about family as well. So we're going to pull 7 cards for you, Sagittarius. So again, your ruler being an Aquarius, God, you must be having so many Aquarius Leo access is very much about individuation, so becoming everything that you're meant to become. So I'm assuming there's a lot of themes of that going on for you. Let's look. Oh, so what you want is the Hanging Man. That's a funny card to want. We'll work out more. The gift is the Ace of Wands. Initiation, new directions, fire, creativity. Can be a bit passion. The challenge is the 5 of Swords. We're not going to worry. The 5 of Swords is a challenge. Might be a set of belief systems. 3 core belief systems that I work with every day. I can't have what I want. A really deep feeling in limitation. I'm not worthy. And a feeling of not being safe. But let me have a look. Relationships, you've got the 4 of Wands. That is the home. Okay. Page of Swords in money and work, which means there's some sort of news coming your way. 2 of Cups at a soul level. Lovely. Then the 6 of Pentacles. And I've ended it with the 3 of Cups. So you get 2 ending cards. You didn't get 2 Lenormands, but you got 2 ending cards. It's a nice reading you've got here. But it's not even apart from the 5 of Swords. The 5s all represent, in astrology, it's Chiron. And Chiron's always our wound. Yeah, it's the key to our whole birth chart. It is to heal Chiron. So that's what the 5s represent. So it tends to be belief systems about the self, because it's an Aries. So we're all going through it, by the way. 6 of Pentacles. I think you've got some change coming up. And the 3 of Cups. And the reason why I think you've got change is you've basically got 2 aces. The pages are the aces. But they take what's potential and make it into a form, yeah? So what you want is the Hanging Man. So when we want the Hanging Man is, it's probably the highest prayer. And one of the highest prayers is thy will be done. You know, when we live our life in a state of surrender, a state of I'm in control of nothing. And then it's a very interesting place to be, because the gift is the Ace of Wands, and some people might argue that probably the highest state we can be is living in this very, very surrendered state, and then allowing the impulse, the intuition, the knowing to emerge from there. Because the Ace of Wands is yang, yeah? It's new directions, it's decisions. So either this energy is emerging from the Hanged Man. So it's a little bit like, oh, I need to go and be silent for a few hours in order to make the right decision. That's how the Ace of Wands emerges from the Hanged Man. Or you want off the fence, and there's a decision to be made. The one issue, this decision will be made. The fives always represent, if you want an omelette, you have to break an egg. Yeah, so if you want a new beginning, you have to part with the past. And no one likes that, because it tends to bring up our fears. Our fears tend to be, I'm not safe, I'm not good enough, I can't have what I want. And that's why a lot of people don't make changes, Sagittarius, and that's why there's not a lot of fully, I want to say, you know, fully actualized people on this planet, including me, because of my fear of rattling the security and the stability I do have. So there's some brand new path opening up for you. It's around creativity, it's around actualization. For some of you, it is about passion, by the way, because you've got Two of Cups at soul level, and the Four of Wands in your relationships. So the Four of Wands represents, I mean, it's a threshold card. So graduation, moving to a new chapter. And for some of you, this is in your relationships, or I've actually seen it shown up when lovers turn into friends, or friends turn into lovers, because it's a movement from one place to another. It's got the dragonfly, which is the equivalent of the butterfly. Yeah, so there's a shift and there's a change. The challenge is either some belief systems, or you need to break from what you had before in order to create this change. And honestly, Sagittarius, no one likes it. It's like, sometimes that's my job, to safely navigate people into this change process. And that sort of, you know, it's that sort of, because sometimes it's about letting go of what you're holding on to, trusting, non-resistance, the Hangman, and saying my instincts are leading me in this direction and going for it. I mean, it's always a little bit of a, God, that was tense, yeah. But this is about following. When we follow fire, we follow what's giving us life. We follow, and we do actually follow our intuition. And our intuition knows, because what's good for us always makes us just feel so alive. I'm not saying it doesn't come without challenges, by the way. So be careful of your words. Be careful of, just be careful of any unnecessary frictions. Because sometimes it's just communication systems that have gone wrong. So do be careful of that. But I don't have any big issue going on, because the Four of Wands in your relationships is a great card. And it is crossing a threshold. It's celebration. It's home. It's another 4, see? Page of Swords in your money and work. So there's some news coming in. There's some so the Page of Swords carries the Ace of Swords. So this could be news coming about some new potential. It could be a new job. It could be something. Again, the Page of Swords is a yang card, so it's an action card. and the gift is the Ace of Wands. So these are both about action. So I can't decide if what you want to be is on the fence or off the fence, Sagittarius, at the moment. Because it might be there's a call to action. So the Page of Swords is clarified with the Ace of Cups. So if any of you have any concerns about work, finances, there's the Ace of Cups I call is a thing called adorable karma, okay? So adorable karma is simply, you know, when we do good acts in this world, they do come back to us. So the Ace of Cups is some sort of, there's some sort of good news coming your way, and it's regarding work and finances, which makes sense with the outcome, because the Six of Pentacles, I mean, the Six of Pentacles is loads of things. In a relationship, it's a very, it's a card about mutuality and reciprocity, and the need to bring something back to balance, okay? It's very much, because it's Pentacles, based on authenticity and realness, but it's also almost always about receiving news about Pentacles. So this could be receiving news about a job interview. It's going to be very good news, by the way. Maybe you've been building something, and so the Six of Pentacles is about, so if this is something you're building, people are reaching out, you're reaching out to someone else, and because it's Pentacles, it's about values, it's about work you do, it's bringing something back to balance, and it's celebration. If you're going for a job interview, if there's any news about money, this is a fantastic card. Yeah, honestly, and look at the outcome. So it's an interview, you're like, yes. And remember that these three people fly free because they've released the energy that was holding them back. And what holds us back tends to be like the Ten of Wands. So sometimes the Ten of Wands can be guilt. It's all these things that we're holding on to. Wonderful. Wonderful. And you've got the Two of Cups at a soul level. So there's an issue around, there's not an issue. There's really, the only issue you've got is challenging maybe some belief systems, some thoughts you have. So the Two of Cups is very clearly about, yeah, and it's with the Sun. So at a soul level, it could be a Leo, okay, but this could just be bringing illumination and clarity to a relationship, a connection that you have. And that would make sense with the Four of Wands here. I want to know what exactly you want from the Hanged Man, because I can't decide if you're waiting for the inspiration. I mean, in reality, Sagittarius, we should probably not make any decisions before we go into silence. And that's when the right thing just emerges from us here. So tell me more about why do you want the Hanging Man? Okay, it's with the Death card, which means you want some sort of change. And the change that you want particularly, because the Death card is metamorphosis, it's letting go of, again, is a letting go in order to move forward to the Aces, yeah? And look, if you look at it, that's what you've got in your relationship. So I think this is more a theme of letting go of, because it's a Death card, it can be about control, it can be the old way of living your life, when actually you've almost got three Aces. So this is going forward to a brand new beginning, and it looks like that is exactly what you're after. So please advise Sagittarius how to deal with the Five of Swords, because this can be about communication. That's how would Sagittarius deal with the Five of Pentacles? You know, I don't know if there's any way to deal with the Five of Swords apart from learning not to get involved in conversations that are going nowhere, or not to believe your belief systems. Our belief systems always tell us we're not good enough. They're always based on fear and lack and the shadow, basically. We literally have up until about December the 27th to liberate ourselves even more, guys, okay, from whatever you've done the first part of the year. After Christmas, it's going to be a bit harder. Your ruling planet goes into Pisces, which is beautiful, but it's not about breaking free from lifestyles that you don't want to live anymore. And you know what? Most of my clients I've worked with, I mean, they have made the shift, or they're in process of making the shift. So how you deal with the Five of Swords is you get the Six of Cups, hitting the sweet spot, allowing yourself joy, allowing yourself to have what you have. And these children, I mean, I'm not saying that you sit there, Sagittarius, if someone's being but sometimes if someone's being asked to us, if we listen to them, if you just stop and listen, there's something going on at the heart level. There's something, there's love that's not been, there's love that's not been heard. And you know what? I think I'm going to write that down for my own advice. I can be so reactive. But when we just listen to that person, there's a need that they feel has not been met. And once we understand that, oh my gosh, does the world open up for us. Lots of love, Sagittarius. If there's energy for it, I'm going to come back and keep doing more. We'll see how it all progresses. But lots of love, guys. Bye.